podcast for life.
Doggy Charles. Yeah. Let's go. Yeah. The microphone messiah. Yeah. It's the microphone messiah. And Mr. No Days Off. Microphone messiah. Mr. No Days Off. Phil Brandon, what's good, y'all? Let's go. Bullet Cast host. Look, this is the time for us to be great on podcasts. Let you know this is the time and how the vibe lasts. This is the feeling of time and when we on it. You know we got no time for no opponent, it's the feeling. This is the time of the greats on everything that we say. You know we about getting paid. Every opinion of wrestling. You know we got the truth in it. Every time you know that we on, this is the movement. You know the Bullet Pass podcast been on. You know the time we
Yo, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? I am under the weather, but nonetheless, we are still here to do the due diligence of recapping professional wrestling. I'm the microphone side, Phillip Brandon. Oh God, Jesus, I'm getting all choked up. Joined by the Canadian Destroyer, BT, Brandon, Ted, Gooba. Brandon, what's cracking, man?
I'm doing fine here late night, doing the podcast. Some scheduling conflicts, but we're here. Apparently, I'm the only healthy one here on this podcast. Philip's sick. Apparently, Marley wasn't able to join us today because she's off that lean. The cold medicine apparently kicking in. So apparently, yes. I'm the healthy one, and everyone at work I feel like is getting sick. So it's only a matter of time till I get sick. So I'm gonna count down the days.
And this is crazy because I don't normally get sick. Like, it's very rare. Marley will be joining us later on via satellite to talk about the Rumble. But nonetheless, outside the ring, Clash in Paris has been announced for August 31st of later this year. So WWE is going to go back to Paris for a PLE. I mean, after what they did with the Backlash, it was a great success. Apparently, the rumor was they were going to try to do No Mercy, with not spelled with a Y at the end, but an I. But they changed it to Clash. Oh, jeez. Clash in Paris. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, continues the trend of WWE doing these international shows. They were in Paris last year for Backlash, I believe, whatever the name of it was. And I might have had my qualms with the Paris crowd, but they're lively and the arena looks nice. Those European arenas, I never really can comprehend what they are because here they're usually always just like the same 20,000 seat arenas for like basketball and hockey, but over there they're kind of bigger. Almost like indoor stadiums, kind of, that can sit like 40,000 people. So despite it, being a quote unquote arena, it's going to be a lot of people going to be stuffed in there. And Triple H will come out and say this is the biggest gate ever, and everyone's going to cheer about how expensive all these tickets were.
Yes. They'll do a Monday Night Raw the next night in Paris. Triple H is the first inductee announced for the 2025 Hall of Fame. The game was surprised by Nick Khan, Stephanie McMahon, and the Heartbreak Kid. At a meeting, WWE put out the video of them announcing that Hunter will be the first inductee of the 2025 Hall of Fame. Obviously, Hunter's already a Hall of Famer, went in with DX in 2019.
Yes, insert the Obama putting a medal on Obama meme. But, all jokes aside, Triple H, obviously, one of the few kind of no doubt Hall of Famers for WWE to make it in the Hall of Fame. So, despite Vince never going in while he was in power, Triple H going in like the second or third year is a little funny. But, as we talk about all these Hall of Fames, I feel like they're kind of dwindling in like the true headliners. And Triple H is one of the few that they still got.
Absolutely. I didn't know when Hunter was going in as a singles, if he was ever going to go in, but congrats to the soon-to-be double Hall of Famer. You remember when Ric Flair was just a two-time Hall of Famer for a couple of years, and it was like cool?
Yeah, now everyone's a two-time Hall of Famer.
I know what Booker, Hunter soon. Who else?
I mean, did they induct NWO? So does that mean like Sean Waltman? Or I guess Sean Waltman didn't go in, but Nash and Hogan and
Hogan's a two-time. Hall and Nash are two times. X-Pac is a two-time. If he goes in by singles, then he would technically be the only three-time.
There you go.
There you go, indeed. All right, let's get into it. We got some fan mail. Shout out in Brightest Day X.
Mr. X.
Hall of Famer said Tony Storm should be getting an Academy Award nomination and Emmy nomination, and what the hell a Tony Award nomination for obvious reasons. Oh yeah, she pulled the wool over everybody's eyes.
Yeah, I mean, people, we suspected that it was either an amnesia angle or just her, acting, and it was the latter. I still have some questions of why you put it on this collision going head to head with the Saturday Night's Main Event with little hype to it, because like this is like a marquee angle for Tony Storm in the women's division, and they just kind of like frankly just kind of put it on a show that no one was really watching. So I kind of have my questions about that, but and everything else. But timeless Tony Storm is back, and we can kind of ditch the rookie stuff. And we can just get back to what we were doing.
She said the greatest. What was the line?
The performance of a lifetime.
Playing yourself, yeah. The Hall of Famer also asked, who would you be surprised to not see make an appearance in the women's and men's Royal Rumble? I'd be surprised if Becky's not there, and then for the men's side, Penta. I'd be surprised if he wasn't in it.
Well, I think, spoiler alert, I think he announced on Raw that he's going to be in it, so he better be in it. But I'll be surprised if AJ Lee's not in it, and in the men's side, I don't have a funny answer for the men's side.
Oh, you don't? Not at all.
I know. Josh Alexander. There you go.
Oh, I mean, we got the partnership. Come on now, we got the partnership. The Saturday Night's Main Event recap. All hell broke loose. All hell broke loose. But let's run it down real quick.
Yep, live from San Antonio, Texas. Started off Rhea Ripley successfully defending her women's title against Nia Jax. 9:25 short match. Bold and shoe ugly. JR might have called this one. You just, almost kind of like a house show style match, to be honest. Rhea just, selling a little bit for Nia, that she powers up and, beats her. Nothing special here.
I mean, they did do a couple of things that they don't normally do. So I was like, okay, they're trying some different stuff. Oh, you said 9:45?
25.
Oh, good. I felt like this was a little longer, but nonetheless, good work. Then obviously Rhea can move on to something else, and Nia can go do the Kane spot in the Rumble.
Yeah. Then moving on, another title match as Braun Breaker successfully defended his Intercontinental Championship against Sheamus.
Hell of a spear on the outside.
So sad. Sheamus did not get his IC title like he's been wanting for so long. Jesse Ventura just absolutely harping on the missed call from the referee. Kind of like verging on annoyance, to be honest. Like he just kept going.
Take a call.
Oh, Phillip taking a call. He's a very important person over there. The Microphone Messiah is. He wears lots of hats and things of that nature. Anyways, but yeah, good physical match from these two, as you'd expect. I mean, it went 11:30, second longest match of the night, and it delivered. I think this was kind of the few finishes kind of in question. Braun Breaker ends up getting the win. Like, no real shocker there, but you never know. Maybe throw the IC title on Sheamus and he gets the win, but they still protect Sheamus with the referee spot at the end of the day. So there you go. Everybody, if you listened last week, which I know you did listen because you guys all need to be listening, hopefully it was not a great week last week for me gambling wise, and I just hope you guys did not listen to my bet on the house guarantee. Usually these are locks. I'm usually very good with these, and unfortunately, hopefully you didn't bet the house because all you guys are homeless because Braun Strowman ended up beating Jacob Fatu. Now, it was via disqualification, but damn it, the sports books don't matter. The bookie don't care. He's going to take your money, and he's going to take your house because I told you to.
First off, let's backtrack. Sheamus and Braun, WrestleMania, career versus title. Let's do it. Jey Uso came up short. Another guy that we could possibly see winning the Royal Rumble. I mean, anything is possible right now. Then Jacob Fatu, Jesus Christ, bro. Big Uso is doing this. I mean, excuse me. The promos on the way to the ring. I mean, wearing the lei out there almost as if he was anointing himself. And then just the moonsaults and not caring who was in the way. People were like, "Oh, Bronson Reed just did that to Seth Rollins." I'm like, "Nah, bro, this one is different." I mean, just Jake looking sadistic and that real South Pacific savagery coming out. I loved everything about it.
Yep. I mean, despite Jacob losing, he definitely was the focal point of that match in the main event. You touched on it. Gunther beating Jey Uso. The match was fine. Gunther just kind of beating Jey Uso out of nowhere, and
Yeah, I mean, if we can go back to the Braun and Jacob thing, I mean, look at how like Braun he came up on the main roster, just kind of destroyed the local talent until he started destroying Roman Reigns, and so how do you kind of pay that favor back forward to not only up and rising star, but like a member of the family? You get decimated by one. I mean, it worked out perfectly, and whoever's next is going to be scary, man. It's going to be something vicious.
yeah, and I mean the Braun Strowman thing. I don't think it's done yet because we saw this with Bronson and Braun, where they had a couple matches that didn't have like a true finish until the Bronson ended up winning. So I would suspect maybe Braun's gone for a couple weeks or a month, and they have like some sort of match in elimination chamber, or something like that.
Yeah. Recap of Raw real quick. Roman Reigns video cover star for the new WWE game,
And Paul Heyman.
and Paul Heyman. I finally just got last year's game. Jesus. But shout out to the Bloodline on there. The whole story mode is going to be crazy. So they got a lot of stuff in there that you guys are going to want to check out. And then the CM Punk and Cody Rhodes promo. I mean, last year going into the Royal Rumble, they had that face off and that promo, and it was great. And then kind of just running it back right here. Cody telling Punk, "I don't, you're chasing me, and you're gonna find out the best in the world isn't the best in the world anymore." I was like, "Oh damn."
Yeah. Shout out Reigns being on the cover. $130. If you guys want to cop the ultra whatever deluxe bloodline edition, which is just insane to me. I don't know what the hell you get that's worth $130, but I digress. The Punk
And
Cody promo, I
that's for all 130,000 members of the family.
exactly, everyone's got to get a piece. But the Punk Cody promo, like it was interesting. Like I thought it was very compelling and like really good promo work from Punk's side. Cody's side, like I get it, he like just got kicked and he's like kind of selling everything, but it did kind of like feel a little melodramatic for for my point, and just kind of feel like he was putting on a little too much. I just don't know what he was like going for. Like it just did kind of come out of nowhere because if SmackDown Saturday night's main event, like none of that stuff was getting hinted at, and then it just kind of got thrown all together at the end of Raw. And it was like, okay, we're gonna go down the maybe Cody is stressed out and the weight of the championship is getting to him.
That was a possibility. We didn't talk about the contracts on here, did you?
No, we didn't, which also is another thing of the whole point of the contract signing was like there's some sort of special addendum or some special clause in there. Did not get mentioned one time. So I don't know what that was, if that was, something they thought of and then just kind of disregarded, or it's going to come back up at SmackDown. I don't know. But that was like the whole point of the contract signing. It never got brought up once.
We'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. You want to get into the AEW recap?
Yeah, we'll do it quickly. I mean, it was a okay show, nothing too crazy. We did have the Claudio Jeff Jarrett match, and if Double J wins, he gets a shot at the title. But he did lose this match. The Death Riders get involved, and Claudio gets the win. The crowd was like kind of into it. Once again, it was a Southern crowd, so you'd think he'd get Double J get the benefit of the doubt. He did not. I mean, milking it, trying to. They even did the spot after he lost of just sitting there in the middle of the ring and trying to milk some sort of reaction, and
Get
the
the
crowd was not
Cody
giving.
from 39.
Yeah, the crowd was not giving him anything, and then MJF kind of comes down and gloats in his face, and so obviously we're gonna get MJF and JJ at some point.
When is Grand Slam?
That is February 15th, Saturday, after the NBA dunk 3-point competition, taking place right here in San Francisco, California, at the Chase Center.
Oh, just do it. Just do it there. Do it at Grand Slam.
Yep, and then we had a Mario May promo. Didn't know Mistrex was going to send in a question, so this was gonna the point to talk about the timeless stuff. But no timeless Tony Storm on Dynamite. We're gonna have to wait and see what happens on Collision. Mariah May's promo was okay. I feel like she like kind of struggles with the live promo. She does much better at the like the backstage and the kind of
Pre-tapes.
recorded promos. So just kind of something to keep an eye on. Of as she kind of evolves and kind of how she goes down the line. Then finally, main event. I mean, Mercedes Moné defeats Yuka Sakazaki for the TBS title. Solid match, a little clunky in spots, but I thought maybe, language barrier, but Monet's had fantastic matches with other Japanese talent. So I don't know, just either an off night from Yuko or just something doesn't blend between those two. So overall, an okay show, but nothing like too crazy in terms of angles or matches. Next week, Atlanta match. Atlanta, we get Swerve and Ricochet. So that's kind of next week's Dynamite should be a big show.
Where does he still work there?
Yeah, in our Bulletcast patent news or trademark news, they once again trademarked like the Captain Insano thing. So keep an eye out for that.
Yes.
What was he was doing something? Big Show he was doing a Captain Insano gimmick with, was it Kid Rock? He was at some concert, like random, or no, maybe it was Travis Scott. I don't know. He was like randomly at some concert in the Captain Insano gimmick, and it was like, what the hell is going on here?
That's crazy. I have no idea. Mercedes?
Yeah, what about Mercedes? She had a match. It was fine.
Did she win more championships?
Yeah, she won all those titles at Wrestle Kingdom.
Damn, she has like 4 or 5 championships.
Yeah, and the one title looks like an absolute like a indie fed or like some title you can buy off the internet for like $150.
Hey, be like that sometimes. Come on now. Congratulations to her. All right, ladies and gentlemen,
the Department of Corrections, he was at the Country Music Awards.
There we go.
There you go.
This Saturday, February 1st, Royal Rumble, Indianapolis, Indiana. It is going down. Kai Cenat is going to be at the Royal Rumble.
Or Kai Cenat.
Yeah.
Or IShow Speed.
All right. Brandon,
where's Brian at to talk about all these streamers?
Right. I know who Kai Cenat is. I'm familiar with him. Let's get the rundown. Let's see what's going on at the Royal Rumble this Saturday.
So outside of we have 4 matches in total announced this far. We have 2 non-Rumble matches. First off, we have the WWE Tag Team Title match between DIY the Champions and Motor City Machine Guns. Finally, for the first time since WrestleMania, we have a tag team title match on a WWE PLE proper. Kind of weird. It's a 2 out of 3 falls match because with the Rumble, that's 2 hours basically booked up in of itself. And for a 2 out of 3 falls match to work, it kind of needs some time. And I don't expect this to get that much time.
I think they get 15 minutes total.
Why can't it just be one match? Why can't it just be a regular standard match?
I mean, they get a quick pin and then they'll drag it out for the last little bit.
But I will go.
I'll go with DIY. I think they keep them.
I'll go with the Motor City Machine Guns. Then they get them back. So there you go. Put it down. Then the
real quick before we get back, before we stop talking about tag teams, what the hell happened to the Street Profits? They got attacked and that was it.
Yeah, they got attacked and they were like the dumbest baby faces in the world, thinking that it was what is it, Legado del Fantasma, when it clearly was not Legado del Fantasma and it was DIY. And then they just kind of was like, all right. And then we were done with that. So there you go. Then sticking with SmackDown, just kind of realized both matches are from SmackDown. Well, I guess, they had the Raw show, so that took up some stuff. But Cody Rhodes takes on Kevin Owens, undisputed title, ladder match. Once again, don't know how much of what happened after or at the end of Raw is going to play into SmackDown in this match itself.
No, talk about the end of Raw. After Raw went off the air, Carmelo Hayes attacked Cody Rhodes.
And then Cody just kind of dumped him out. And did that lead to a match? Or was that just like an angle after the show?
Just an angle after the show.
Maybe to get Cody, get his heat back, brother. But, at the end of Raw, we did get another angle with, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens and kind of, teasing that maybe Sammy's going to help KO. I don't think that's the case. I don't even know if we're going to see Sami Zayn, and if we do, I don't know why he would show up to begin with. But
think Sami Zayn and KO, or KO does the Sammy what Hogan did to Psycho Sid, pulls him out the Rumble.
Maybe, but I do think we're going to get, Sammy and KO at WrestleMania in like a singles match, and maybe they go down the line of, KO saying, I was always there for you, but yet, Sammy, I needed you and you weren't there for me. And, they played down that melodramatic angle for WrestleMania. So I'm going to go with Cody to retain, obviously. And, something's going to partake with KO and Sammy to probably kind of veer him off of this Cody story.
Absolutely. I'll go with the American Nightmare. The Women's Rumble.
Yes, the Women's Rumble. Currently, Charlotte Flair is the favorite by a sizable margin, and it's kind of like everybody else. To be honest, Charlotte, had a couple of vignettes on SmackDown, straight up announced for the Royal Rumble last week. So she is the favorite, but yet, the men's Rumble, it seems very much wide open, but I feel like there's a lot of anticipation for it. The women's side, it kind of seems a little bit open, but yet Charlotte also seems like the favorite, and it's like, oh, do we really want to see Charlotte again? So it's both Rumbles are kind of open, but like the women's one just doesn't kind of have that juice the men's does.
Charlotte again. She won the match 5 years ago.
Well, Charlotte's always on top.
When was the last time she was even on TV? 2023?
Yeah, she was on TV last year, and then she blew out her ACL, and that's why she hasn't been there in a while. So Phillip's going with Charlotte.
Well, I didn't say that. Hold on, I didn't say that.
Okay.
What about Tiffany and Nia? Are we just done with that?
Well, I think Nia is like officially. Bailey's moved to Raw.
Bailey's moved to Raw, yeah.
And then I think
Nia's in the transfer window. I mean, could we do Nia winning the Rumble and challenging Tiffany? That's a possibility.
That is a possibility. Also, I feel like they just kind of ran through that storyline very quickly.
Yeah. I've heard Bianca. I've heard that. Kind of get her back to where she needs to be. And then if Naomi attacked Jade, to do Jade and Naomi at WrestleMania. And then we do Bianca versus Rhea.
Yeah, I mean, Bianca, she legitimately kind of wasted a year of her prime in 2024, being with Jade. And there was some good stuff, but once again, Bianca and Rhea should be the two top stars, let alone women stars in that company. And she just kind of straddled with the tag in the tag team division that she's kind of keeping it afloat at this point in terms of star power. But I think she still could be so much more. So, and honestly, I think Jordynne Grace is a real dark horse possibility to win.
Dude, if you're she's really... at her mom's birthday this weekend. You didn't see?
Oh, well, that really throws it for a loop. I wish I knew that before I said that. But honestly, if you're trying to make her a star and make her a big deal, Jordynne Grace versus Tiffany or Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania is a big deal. And I think,
bro, somebody just posted a before and after of when she signed with TNA or Impact, and then when she left. Transformation is crazy.
From Mama Thickness to Mommy Muscle.
Yeah. I mean, Jordynne Grace, a real dark horse. I mean, she really helped that company through the pandemic and into the early part of the 2020s. Which, can you believe we're in the middle part of the 2020s now? It's crazy.
Well, yeah, it really dawned on me when I was at work, and I was like, oh yeah, during the pandemic, I was drinking a lot and playing Fortnite. And then they look at me, I was like, how old are you? And I'm like, oh yeah, some of these people are just turned 21. So the pandemic, they were 16. I'm like, oh God, I'm old.
Hey, brother, you and me both. Who's your pick? For real, who's your pick to win the Women's Royal Rumble?
It's boring, but I'm just gonna say Charlotte. I think the build, the hype, she's gonna win.
I think Jade returns, and I think we'll get a shocked look on Naomi's face. Oh man, I don't know. I really don't know who, because Rhea was doing stuff with Liv for so long. It's just
Charlotte, Rhea. I think for the third time at WrestleMania, they each have the one win. I think that could be a legit night one WrestleMania main event. Charlotte, Tiffy. I mean, parallel looks wise, I guess you can go down that road, but that one doesn't intrigue me too much. So I'm kind of hoping it's Charlotte and Rhea.
I'll go Charlotte too, bro. I can't think of anybody. It's just. Let's talk about the men's Rumble, because that is wide open.
Yeah, I mean it is wide open, but then when you kind of come down to think of it, like honestly, I think there's like maybe 4 people with like a real legit shot.
I'm gonna be
And
real. I don't think Cena's winning because that's just too. It's too easy. It's too easy. If he wins, you don't get him in the chamber. So not him. Jay's a dark horse. Jay Uso is the dark horse. He really, really is. I think Jacob's gonna go in there and have the Kane spot. I think he'll set the record for eliminations this year. The record's 13. I think he does 14. Roman, he'll definitely be not even final 4. He'll be like final 3 or 2. I want to say Punk, but then what about the favor?
yeah, like what is the favor? Is it? I mean, people are speculating maybe the favor is, Roman wins the Rumble and Punk says, yeah, I don't want, I want the WWE title. So Roman goes after Gunther and the world title. When does this favor get paid off? And they're teasing it because, they did like a sit down interview and it's like on the Countdown show or something, but they previewed it of him talking about the favor. So obviously, and every time Paul Heyman's out there, they talk about it. So, I mean, I think it comes down to Cena, Punk, Roman. And then it's not going to happen.
Drew or Jay.
But like maybe The Rock comes out at 30 and it screws everything up. Everything points to like The Rock not being
31.
There. I think that's also stupid. Just have him come out at 30. But I think it does come. It's either Cena, Punk, or Roman are kind of like the 3 real guys that have a legit shot. Like I agree with you. Like Cena is currently on the books the favorite. Not like Charlotte's a much bigger favorite than what Cena is, but like I feel like it'd be more, I'd lean more towards Cena if they made a bigger deal of it. Cause he just showed up on Netflix, premiere, did the promo, and then hasn't been back since. And not even, people don't even talk about Cena. Like, it's not even like, oh my God, Cena's in the Rumble. He's going to be fired up.
Punk talks about him.
Okay. Like Punk did one time. Like outside of that, it's not really like a focal point.
And I think I'm sorry, wasn't Cena supposed to have an appearance and he canceled it?
I don't know. But I think the story of Cena is that like, that aging veteran trying to do one more run. And I just don't think it makes sense for him to get it on his first match. And so either you do it at the Chamber or you do it at a SummerSlam or another match, another show where Cena's last WrestleMania match sells itself. It doesn't need to be for a title. Now Cena's last title match at a SummerSlam or at a, in Paris or something, that can be a much bigger deal and draw a lot of ratings and everything else. So I just don't think Cena wins. The finish to Raw was very intriguing to me, and that could be a giant red herring. I'm going to go with Punk to win the Rumble. He has done it. He's never done it. It's a feather in his cap. I think they should be in the CM Punk business while they can be. And Punk wins.
I think Rollins cancels him out to avenge the loss on Netflix. Oh. You know what? I'm going to go with Jey Uso. I think it's a miracle. I think Jey Uso eliminates whoever and walks out the winner of the 2025 Men's Royal Rumble.
Okay, there you go. I think Jay's like down on the list, maybe like 6 in terms of like favorites and odds, but
he may get the Iron Man spot.
Didn't he get the Iron Man spot last year? Who was the?
He entered at number 1. I don't remember how long he was in there though.
If only someone has the Wikipedia pulled up.
Right.
I can quickly look that up. Let's see. Jey Uso was number 1. He was in there for 50 minutes and 55 seconds, but yet only had 1 elimination.
But a dead selling brother. I think he gets 3 eliminations this year.
Ooh, look at that.
Right.
Do you know who had the most eliminations last year and how many they were? Because everyone, you talk about the Kane spot. Pop quiz.
On the men's side?
Yep.
Oh God. My brain is messed up. I can't even tell you. Just
it was a tie. Cody Rhodes and Braun Breaker each had 4.
Braun was.
Well, Nia Jax had 8 eliminations last year.
There you go. Is that the most for the women's? I think, right?
I don't know about ever, but it was definitely a lot.
Yep. Well, I think that is going to do it, ladies and gentlemen. We will be back. We'll try to get a Rumble recap done on like Sunday or something. Thank you guys so much. As always, be safe and stay dangerous. Yes, sir.
Know what we dealing? Let's get it on. Yeah. It's the bullet cast, microphone messiah, Mr. No Days Off. It's the bullet cast, the microphone messiah, Mr. No Days Off. It's the bullet cast, the microphone messiah, Mr. No Days Off. It's the bullet cast, the microphone messiah, Mr. No Days Off.
This has been the Bulletcast. Thank you for listening.